Okay, guys, now this isn't like a tutorial video or anything else on how to code, but it's kind of like something that I really feel that really should be addressed and it kind of sucks. See, right here in my project, I have this, okay? And I have all these variables right here, and let's let's maximize this. It might be a little bit difficult for you to see this, okay? Then I've got my little towers that I can build and stuff, and then I have little buy stuff where I can buy things, okay? And it changes and everything, but here's the thing that I hate about Unity's little setup thing. In the inspector, see how I have this buy button, okay? Well, here's the thing. I actually have more than quite a few different things that I could do with this, okay? But for every action that I have, in order for it to be, you know, what I consider inspector friendly, like you got all these variables and you can fill stuff in and things, you have to make certain things happen. Okay, it's not really like something that you could really just code in and there you go. Okay, so let me just open this right here. Okay, in our buy button, I have variables, but I have I have an overridable class for it. Okay, which is no big deal, right? Let's have it open up to definition. Okay, all it is functions right here that I can call, but I just want to override this junk, right? So in our shop button here, okay, I have this variable right here for item. All right, let's make this serializable, okay? So I should see this in my inspector, right? Or let's better yet, we'll make this public, okay? Public and everything else. Just for heaven's sake, and I'll make sure this is a system dot serializable class and everything. All right. So I did all this work and stuff to make sure that I could see this stuff in the inspector, right? And oh crap, I don't even got. All right. Well, here's what we'll do. Canvas. We're gonna do buy button, right? No. Oh, shop button. That's what it's called. Okay. So I see this object thing. Okay. There's really no way to serialize this into a thing. Okay. There's real no way. All right. Now you're like, well, you can make this into a scriptable object because it's a pure C class. Okay. But what I really want is in the shop button. This is a item object, okay? And our buy is an item object. I can't drag this buy thing in here and just have this as a thing that I can drop in the inspector, right? I can't drop nothing in here. It's completely utterly useless, all right? But if I take like my item database here, or let's go shop right here. Okay, I can actually instantiate a button, add a component of this, and type in sp build lead, and have this be a function in here, build lead. Okay, and this does something. All right, it does a object thing. It's an object file. It initially inherits from our item object, right? But the thing about it is I call new, and then I can assign it stuff and have it, be this variable here, right? This variable is now filled in, but I can give it other types of classes in here at runtime, like this buy one. Then I can have like a building lead here, and I can do all this stuff in here in this class, but it's not inspector friendly. It's pretty much utterly useless for the inspector. Which comes to the thing. Some things, when it comes to the inspector right here, Unity's interface thing, or whatever you want to call it, is crap. It's just utter crap. Alright? Which I don't hold it against Unity, because there's so many cases and so many different things to serialize. There's no possible way that you could use it, program something for every case that you could possibly find. Okay? But as a programmer, look at this. I have all this control here to build stuff, and see this switch statement right here? I can assign variables. Yes, it's kind of hard coded into our thing, but you know what? If I want to adjust every single thing in the game and balance it, all I have to do is come here. Anything that you buy, like lead, steel, paint, copper, steel bullets, I can literally sit here and adjust it. Like copper bullets, 100,000, billions of dollars. Okay, the amount, buying everything here. I have utter huge control over this, right? And this is just coming from a static class, and it assigns stuff. I designed it specifically for that. And these do not exist at runtime. Okay? Well, you have to call this function, and then it goes down and assigns these. When, let's say, hypothetically here, for the inspector, every single time you have a script in the scene with variables on it, like, not like this one, but variables like each float and stuff, that's memory that's not runtime memory, that's all the time memory, okay? So this will exist, like, indefinitely, which kind of sucks, because that means, that's just more stuff that it's got to have. And yeah, you could sit here and go, oh, you could put getters and setters here for every variable that you could possibly need for this. Well, guess what? Then I'd have to have a list on every single button of all this crap that I need, and then still call some form of a function, right? But think about it. How many buttons do I have when I runtime this? Okay, when I run, I hit this. This was generated at runtime. Did you see how fast my program loaded and stuff? It doesn't have to sit here and wait and all this stuff. 5 of those buttons took like, what, a millisecond to instantiate? It was easy. Now you're probably like, well, each one of these buttons you can make your own script, inherits, and these can all be usable, but who wants to? In order for me to use inheritance and make it inspector friendly, I would have to write 5 different scripts for every single one of these cases to buy something. Holy, I'm not going to do that. No, it sucks. Because when I do the shopping thing, I can also have a little button on top here that goes for building stuff. And because I did it this way and ignored the inspector stuff inside of Unity, my object file can be anything. It can be to buy stuff like this, okay, or one of these which build stuff. If you go up here, you'll see my lead goes down, but my lead bullets goes up. Let's get that up here. It'll probably be easier to see from here. Now watch this. My lead is 10, okay? Boom. 9, but I got a lead bullet out of it, right? And now I can't because I don't have enough. It's telling me up here, not enough, not enough. So I buy some more. There's steel. There's copper. There's that. There's lead again. I'm buying lead right now. A lot of it. Now I can sit here and make lead bullets. Okay? This is building lead bullets. It's using money plus lead. Now, remember what I said about the Unity Inspector and stuff. To serialize all these different types of objects and everything else for this case is insane for them to try, right? Because there's going to be variables for this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and it's just going to branch out to infinity amount, right? There's no way they can make the inspector friendly for it, which is okay. I don't blame them one bit. But because I did it this way, I can have two different case scenarios. One, to build stuff for bullets and stuff, and for buying stuff. So these buttons right here, I'm going to have them recyclable. I can use object pooling for this shop script right here, have a list of this, and anything that's deactivated, or maybe I go from hit this build button right here. If I had a build button right here, if I go to the next tab, it's just going to recycle everything that I can do. Now, I just wanted to point this out and stuff because this is going to be the route that we take during it because it's so much more benefit. But if anybody's got an idea on how to make this a little bit more friendly, please let me know. Because even though I don't like this approach right here in a way, I have a lot more control and it's a lot easier to make items for the game and use a lookup like this. I mean, don't get me wrong, long switches are slow, but we're not doing like a whole ton of them, right? So keep that in mind. But as in for like use cases, if somebody's got a better way of doing something like that, please let me know in the comments because it drives me bat crazy. Crazy. So thank you very much and peace out, guys, and I hope you enjoy the tower defense tutorials because they should be start popping up really good, and we're going to do some FPS stuff that's going to be cool.